Let us not forget what President Trump endured in order to get to this point, to climb to the top of that Everest summit.
You're not a police commissioner. Take that badge off your chest, put it in the desk drawer.
When Elon was building both Tesla and SpaceX in the 2000s, I mean, people thought, he was just really, really crazy.
Day 3 of CPAC. Here's Stephen Miller with a barn burner. We're also going to have Homan, Tom Homan, the border czar. I'm going to give you some Peter Thiel, some guys who've known Elon Musk all the way back in the PayPal days in the late 90s, early 2000s on not betting against him. Here's Stephen Miller. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel.
Speaking of the FBI, who here is thrilled about Kash Patel? Let us not forget what President Trump endured in order to get to this point, to climb to the top of that Everest summit. Let us not forget what this whole movement has endured to reach this glorious day. 8 long years of weaponized government, the Russia hoax, the Ukraine hoax, one lie after another. One fraudulent impeachment after another. One hoax, one smear. Government weaponized at every level against democracy. Government weaponized at every level against the people. Democrat prosecutors, Democrat attorneys general, Democrat careers using their power to try to sabotage the democracy of this country.
We covered all this, documenting the Democrats never forget. This is why you cannot let up on the MAGA movement, because they will go right back to doing this as soon as they get any kind of strength or any kind of power. They have to be ridiculed out of power for the next 4 years.
Try to keep President Trump off the ballot, to try to throw President Trump in jail, to try to arrest his aides and his supporters. An authoritarian movement in this country that has at every step tried to stop the workings of our democracy. And President Trump, on a field in Pennsylvania, nearly lost his life. And a few weeks later, another assassination plot. And let me ask you this question. When the lawsuits came against President Trump, when the lawfare came against President Trump, when the weaponized law enforcement and intelligence community came against President Trump, and when the bullets came against President Trump, did he falter? Did he back down? Did he yield? Did he surrender? Did he waver? Or did he stand up tall and strong and raise his fists into the air and say 3 immortal words, fight, fight, fight? Every day, that is what he is doing for you.
I agree. This might look like some big, ooh, don't get emotional, don't get emotional. Think of all the emotions that the Democrats spent on their candidate, Kamala Harris. Joy, brat, they were shrieking in anger. This is righteous indignation. This is righteous excitement. It is time that we proudly champion what Trump did. This is our victory lap at CPAC.
He is fighting for your families. He is fighting for your children. He is fighting for your future. He is fighting for the fundamental idea that this country belongs not to the bureaucrats, not to the radical left communists, not to our foreign enemies, not to the criminal cartels, not to the criminal aliens. This country belongs to the law-abiding, patriotic, God-fearing American citizens. It belongs to the people in this room, and it belongs to the patriots watching at home today.
That's correct. I can't think of a better. What a barn burner. Now, he's called a troll. Stephen Miller is called a troll by the Washington elites, by the Beltway Republicans. They go, that troll, we don't like him. And I'm not asking if you like him or not. I'm just saying, is he speaking the truth? Here's a Benny Johnson post of Tom Homan, border czar.
I read a story last night, the police commissioner of Boston. You said you doubled down on not helping the law enforcement officers of ICE. I'm coming to Boston. I'm bringing hell with me.
Bring that hell to Boston. Go bake those beans.
I looked at the numbers this morning. I stopped counting at 9. 9 child rapists that were in jail in Massachusetts. But rather than honoring an ICE detainer, release them back into the street. You're not a police commissioner. Take that badge off your chest, put it in the desk drawer. Because you became a politician, you forgot what it's like to be a cop.
He's calling out the cops for protecting bad guys against children. We have to bleep that R word out. Now, let's get to, here's Jamie Raskin, breaking Democrat rep. Jamie Raskin claims that it is, quote, becoming obvious to the American people, unquote, that Elon Musk and President Trump are, quote, agents of corruption. Not to those children in trouble. They're not agents of corruption. The next victim of those children, Trump, Doge, Tom Homan, Stephen Miller, are superheroes. Okay, now here's Piers Morgan with Peter Thiel. This is the guy on the right here. He's on Doge, but he's one of Elon Musk's oldest partners, worked with him at PayPal and at Tesla and SpaceX.
The strong consensus view in the DC establishment is that this is going to go nowhere, that it's just absolutely impossible to fix things, and this is, it's going to be sort of a very, very frustrating dead end. The alternate view, I would say, is you should never bet against Elon. We all know there's an extraordinary amount of waste, and it is unsustainable. And the 6% of GDP deficits that the U.S. has cannot be sustained. They probably cannot even be sustained for even the rest of this decade. There are two ways to resolve them. You can cut spending and cut waste, or you can raise taxes massively. And I take this election in the U.S. for standing for the proposition we're not going to go the European-style socialist route of having massive tax hikes. And then that suggests, you need to try something like the Doge thing, and that's actually what is going to happen.
And don't bet against it. I'm going to go into a little more of his past. We have this older clip of him on don't bet against Elon Musk. Watch this. This is how they thought he was nuts when he started SpaceX and Tesla.
When Elon was building both Tesla and SpaceX in the 2000s, people thought, he was just really, really crazy. And I think, even a lot of those of us who'd worked with him at PayPal, there was, this PayPal book that David Sachs and I thought of writing, and the Elon chapter was, I think, entitled something like "The Man Who Knew Nothing About Risk" or something like this. And there are all these sort of crazy Elon stories I could tell. And then, if one of the two companies had succeeded, you would say, well, maybe he still got really lucky. But when 2 out of 2 companies that people thought were completely harebrained in the 2000s, when they both succeed, man, you have to somehow reassess it, and somehow the rest of us somehow are too risk averse, or there's something about risk he knows that we don't, or something like this.
He knows no fear of risk. That's Elon Musk. That's from back last year in June, when he was first kind of introducing Elon Musk to everyone, saying like, this guy has no fear of risk. I believe free speech was so at stake that he had to buy X for $42 billion, put his own money up. Everyone said he was nuts. That's a third company that he's turning around. And then don't forget, there's Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, that's going to allow people with like chronic back pain to have it healed from inside the brain. This is an amazing guy. And Doge is going to work. That is, he's going to reduce the federal budget, which I predicted would never happen. I just thought we would just forever be in debt and it wouldn't be fixed. I think we're going to see it turning around because of a guy like Elon Musk, who knows nothing of risk and just knows to put your head down and get to work. I'm Doug in exile.